right. So we do have some
Awesome.
questions, I think.
Yes.
You?
So just some kind of questions that I think come up more often than not, especially during this time. So the question one is that my child gained some weight during the pandemic. What are some suggestions on getting them to move? Um, I feel like this is a common thing right now to have gained a few pounds. This is definitely a huge, major change in our lifestyle. And I think in terms of getting them to move, I think it shouldn't be so much, hey, you gained weight, let's move. I think it should be more like, let's change our daily schedule a little bit to allow for more movement and make it fun. You don't ever want to make your kid feel like they have to move because they gained weight. I think it's more important that we're moving so we stay healthy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of everything we said too, do it with them. Don't make them feel like, oh, definitely, not like you gained weight, you need to do this. It's just to be healthy. And like, especially now when we're all indoors more, like they know they haven't been moving as much. We all know, and they
Yeah.
want to. Most kids want to move, they want
Yeah.
to do something. So, even if it's just having that conversation with them, like, what activity do you miss? Maybe there's a way you can do it virtually. Maybe there's a way you can, do it outside. With the weather, that's not always possible, but, finding alternate options.
Yes. Do you want to take the next question?
Yeah, I'll take the next question. So the next question is, how does virtual training work? And is it as effective as in-person training? So I know I train both kids and adults virtually right now. Obviously, with kids, it's different, right? With adults, it's pretty much the same thing we do in the room. We're just telling them, pick up this weight, do this, do that. That's what everybody's concept is. But with kids, obviously, it has to be different because that's not going to work for them. So I know for virtual training, for me, it means incorporating music a lot because music is really easy to use on the computer. It's playing games. I have these tiles from bananagrams with the letters on it, and having the kid choose a letter, and then we're going to be that animal, and we're going to count to the alphabet to get to that, the letter R. We're going to do A, B, C, D jumping jacks until we get there. It's a lot of play. It's a lot of interacting with each other. So you still kind of feel that vibe. And I definitely think it can be as effective, as in person, because they're moving, they're going, as long as they're having fun and moving, that's always the goal.
I think that virtual training is definitely just as effective, because really what training is kind of motivating and having fun with your client. So I feel if you're able to do that, it's the same. It's the same. Your child's moving and they're having fun, and I think that's all that matters. Yeah, I definitely think music is very beneficial. Also, kind of having a friend join, or for you to join and you guys doing it together. I know that for me, I oftentimes, if one of my clients doesn't have someone to join, I do it with them. Like, we work out together. We make it kind of like a teamwork thing. So yeah, I think it's a unique experience, but it's just as effective.
Absolutely. All right.
Question 3. I don't have a lot of space for my child to move in. What are some ideas to make it work? So us New Yorkers, that is definitely valid, and for other cities or anybody in general. But I don't think you need a lot of space to move. I have been able to do my own workouts, which involves a lot of jumping and burpees and all of that stuff in a very small space. I think it's about getting creative, and there's a lot of ways to do that. You don't need to run around to have a good workout. I think there's a lot of exercises that you could do just using, even, I would say, like a really small room, a really small space.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've had to train in all kinds of areas and spaces. And I think a lot of times, if you have space to put down a yoga mat, you have space to do a workout,
That's
not necessarily yoga. It could be yoga, but you have enough space to do all these jumping, all of these things. There's so much you can do that's not running around the block,
Yeah.
You can even run in place.
I think that's a big misconception. Rightfully so. People think you need a huge gym or to run around the block and whatnot.
Yeah.
Or tons of equipment, but that's No, you could
Yeah.
just, as long as you have space that you could put a yoga mat, and yourself, that's all you really need.
Yeah. I was going to say the same thing about equipment too. You don't need, like, people are like, I need all these fancy machines, and you don't. Like,
No, you don't.
you definitely, especially for kids, like, you definitely don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes they can make their own things, and that's even more fun for them, you know? Like, they
Yeah,
can make their own fitness dice, and that's all you need. Like, that's not going to
exactly.
anything. All right, we've got one more question. My child is spending too much time in front of the screen. How can I make the idea of working out fun? So, that's, I think, normally a problem, and obviously a bigger problem now.
Yeah.
But I think we've gone over a lot of ways to make it fun, incorporate music. I love the idea of doing virtual training. I even have done some with friends who aren't in the same place, but they're both on the same Zoom call working out. And so it kind of connects them too. And like having that buddy feeling like, oh, I can't see them, especially at school now, they're not even really seeing their friends. Like they got to see their friends. So sometimes creating like a virtual workout like that could be fun, adding music, making it more of a game.
Yeah. And I think this one kind of caters more towards kids that recreationally use their computer as well, like whether it be video games or whatever that might be, FaceTiming their friends all the time on the phone. I think, like Meredith said, having a friend join is definitely that way to connect while still motivating each other to work out. But also, this goes out to more of like the video game kids that like that world. It's fun to create a workout based on the video games they like. I've done that quite a few times, having kids that like gaming, and then we kind of make up our own workout that is the game, but they're the character moving around. Like you just get creative. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had kids who love Mario, and so they come up with different Mario jumps and moves that like this is like how they do it in the game, and this is how I'm gonna do his triple jump. It's a lot of fun, and it's a really good workout too.
It gets me working out sometimes. Their creativity.
Right. So
I hope this helps.
Yeah, me too. And I think that's all we have for today. If you ever have any questions, reach out to Energetic Juniors and we'd be happy to answer more. Hope you all are staying healthy and safe.
Bye.